I had a very particular kind of video planned. The cynical kind. The kind where I take the most meme-worthy nonsense from Skyrim and apply it wholesale to Crimson Desert. Unfortunately, after playing it, I ran into a problem. The game is earnest. Genuinely so. There's a kind of dignity to it that Skyrim never even attempted, and forcing those same ridiculous standards onto something that sincere felt off, weirdly transgressive, in a way I wasn't enjoying. That said, I'd already edited a bunch of material in that style, and I'm not about to bin it. So what you're getting instead is a slightly schizophrenic video, one that swings wildly between actually appreciating the game on its own terms and immediately undercutting that appreciation with a wholly undeserved cynical tone. Consider yourself warned. Aren't we all just waiting for a new Skyrim? A Skyrim beta? I know I am. So, like a deranged ex, I'm out here putting Skyrim's clothes on Crimson Desert while it sleeps. I've always had my eye on the open world RPG genre. I am its OG. I've played them all. Tainted Grail, Skyrim, Kingdoms of Amalur, and back further in the mists of time. When you were but a zygote full of potential, I was playing Daggerfall, Ultima, and before that, I even tested the boundaries of Journey's End on the Spectrum 48K with the little rubber keyboard. So yeah, is Crimson Desert a Skyrim beta? A Skyrim beta like Kingdom Come?
You can sleep in my bed.
Tainted Grail or Starfield? To find out if this impressive contender has what it takes, we first need to establish what a Skyrim is. We need some categories. A good Skyrim will let you go anywhere, as soon as you've completed a mandatory cart ride at least. So, points here will be assigned on how much freedom I have and how long it takes to get said freedom, and what I can do with that freedom while staying off the critical path. Because in Skyrim, I don't need to be the Dragonborn. I can run off to the Mages Guild, become a middling mage with a family in Whiterun and never even see a dragon. Freedom then, real freedom, the kind with a level of verisimilitude we're not used to as gamers. There's something quietly awe-inspiring about it. After the opening, which is less a cart ride and more of a chaotic battle ending in an unceremonious fall from a cliff, you're met by a friendly NPC, offering to take you into town.
You could ride with me, but...
You can refuse, and that's what I did. And that's where it starts. That slightly uncomfortable kind of freedom that most games never risk giving you, because the world doesn't slow down for you, it doesn't centre itself around you. In Skyrim I always felt like a shopping trolley of doom, rattling through dungeons, hoovering up loot and ending lives like it was going out of fashion. Here I walk into a town, get lost, pull a job posting from a notice board without really understanding what it all means. Nobody's guiding me, nobody's offering me anything. I have no money, no direction. It feels less like starting a game where I'm a hero, and more like being dropped into a foreign country with nothing but the vague sense that I should probably be doing something about it. So, Crimson Desert is an ungodly mix of other mythical creatures, it seems. It's a chimera. Crimson Desert is a chimera of other, more famous open-world video games. It has the physics-based puzzling and world manipulation of Breath of the Wild. It has the vast, epic landscapes and multiple mechanic-intensive boss fights of Elden Ring. It has a Band of Brothers narrative structure from Red Dead Redemption. And of course its biggest influence is Skyrim, because everybody wants to mimic the reactivity of that famous great-grandparent of all open-world video games. So Crimson Desert's DNA is all over the place. So I'm going to take my point system and then at the end tot them up and see which one of its parents it most resembles. So here are my top 3 freedoms available in Crimson Desert. The freedom to climb trees. You have the freedom to get your horse badly injured, so it can no longer gallop. Which leads neatly to the next freedom, the freedom to get lost, properly lost. The kind where you spend a long time just trying to find your way back to somewhere familiar, hopefully with a bed. And that's the thing, these aren't heroic freedoms, they're inconvenient freedoms. The kind that make you feel alive. Size. Yeah, we all say it doesn't matter. But to the Scrolls-like game, it's all that matters. It's not what you do with it. Give me Daggerfall, endless procedural jank. Give me Desert Bus, Sisyphean Road Challenge. Give me Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Oh no, wait, that one snapped me back to my senses. Yeah, size isn't everything, but who among us likes to be curtailed? Penned up? Nah, that's farm animal mentality. So, join me now as we explore Crimson Desert and enter it, against its will, in a world measuring contest against Skyrim. It takes me roughly 16-20 minutes to cross Skyrim, on foot, glitchless of course. So, for Crimson Desert to be considered even vaguely burly, it needs to take at least this long for me to cross it. I wanted to walk it end to end, cross the whole of Pywell, like I would in Skyrim. That didn't happen. Early on, I made the mistake of trying violence on an NPC, just, to test out the concept, which gave me a bounty. And somewhere along the way I crossed into what was, let's say, hostile territory.
Your lives end here, beaten dog.
Oh, this trip across the world has taken a dangerous turn. How do I get out of this? Oh, of course, yeah. Be like the cow. The cow understands. No NPC in any open world video game has ever mastered climbing upon a small rooftop. Oh shit. Oh, you talk about your chat GPTs and your Geminis, but the real AI's here in Crimson Desert. After that, every road felt like it belonged to someone else. Someone who wanted me dead. Still, I kept going, fighting clockwork dragonflies, diving into hay bales to avoid patrols, and somehow I got further than I should have, close to the edge of the map, and then I drowned, just swimming across a lake. That's when it became clear, crossing the entire world at level 1 with no real understanding of any of the mechanics or any of the later stage abilities which have been promised in the previews, isn't ambition, it's delusion. So, I scaled back to something more appropriate for my skill level. So I fell back on an old Todd Howard idea, an old Todd concept. You see something in the distance, you go to it. You see that mountain, you can climb it. I rounded a corner and saw a tower perched on top of a mountain. That's my Bleak Falls Barrow, I said to myself. That's enough. How long could it really take to get there? So travelling from the starting village Henand up to this tower took me 28 minutes. For comparison, here's my run from Riverwood up to the local tourist attraction, Bleak Falls Barrow.
Ah! Dead body! Get away!
Welcome to the fantasy zone. Get ready.
Okay, we're looking for a good time here. No messing around. Oh, it's this
I've been
guy.
looking for you.
What?
Another note from your friend Rallis.
Oh, Rallis,
I
it's
hope
such a
everything is
problem.
all right. Looks like
I'm
that's
sure
it.
it's fine.
Got to go.
Gotta go. Don't mind those dead bodies. Nothing to do with me. I gotta make sure I'm wearing my lucky hat. Yep, we're good. Wolf. Just wolves, I guess. Oh no. A treat. 1 second. Beautiful. There it goes. Hole in one. Bandit. And there we are. Bleak Falls Barrow. I mean, how long did that take? It was like 45 seconds or something. So, Crimson Desert is a big boy. Not a tall, thin boy. Not even a small, muscular boy like Breath of the Wild. Not even a hench, monstrous man. But a true big boy. An intimidating honk of man. A map, sorry. NPCs. Oh, if only they could speak, the NPCs. Such stories they would tell. But we won't let that happen, will we? I've always valued the games that breathed life into their NPCs, giving them hopes, dreams, and a regular 9 to 5. That way, when you bust into town as a player, your actions have consequences. Needless to say, I've been annoyed by the spread of quest-essential, unkillable NPCs in Bethesda games. Because as the First Amendment dictates, it is my right to kill whoever I want, whenever I want. So I couldn't do it. I couldn't treat the NPCs in Crimson Desert with the same casual disregard that I've shown to NPCs in Skyrim. Maybe it's because my Skyrim character is level 48 and my cliff here is level 1. But maybe it's also because I'm getting older, more sensitive to that kind of thing. Maybe it's the game itself.
The goblins and bandits have been running me ragged.
Crimson Desert's NPCs have this grounded, salt-of-the-earth presence that feels lived in rather than performed.
Oh, today was a right bastard, but tomorrow's another day. A proper pint will get me right back up.
You need help?
They come across like people shaped by their world, not characters trying to entertain you. In contrast, Skyrim's NPCs lean towards a slightly caustic tone. Of course, I realise this is just the first town, Henand, and perhaps people will become more impolite further into the game. Maybe I'm just reacting to the NPC's inherent Britishness.
What?
But whatever it is, I need to wrap up this section on NPCs in Crimson Desert. So I'll finish with 2 stories. Climbing an arch in Henand and watching the villagers pass beneath it, I noticed 2 in particular. A small boy herding a group of goats, trailed impatiently by a rich merchant on horseback. Merchant's progress is slowed by the herd, his frustration mounting as he follows behind. In a sudden, irritable gesture, the boy steps forward and kicks dirt towards the merchant's mule. The merchant, visibly annoyed, pushes past him without ceremony, causing the boy to recoil in surprise. What I'm witnessing is, of course, a set of pre-programmed animation systems, yet it's executed with such fluidity and coherence that it reads as a genuine social exchange, carrying a quiet sense of verisimilitude. Yes, twice in one video.
Double kill.
The second story isn't really a story at all, more of an awkward social encounter. All the scrolls have beggars, Tainted Grail has beggars, Skyrim has beggars, but they're kind of polite and grateful.
You gonna help me out or not?
Well, this one just runs up to me, starts grabbing me by the leg.
You look like you've got some coin.
Well, it just goes to show what a bad judge of character you are. Because let me tell you, friend, I have no coin. Now, come on, get off. Get off me. See? It's even there in the UI. Give coin, 0. Oh god, there's another one.
Would you help a man trying to be better?
Oh my god, this is so awkward. I'm gonna hide over here. And these are beggars. Just beggars. The lowliest of all NPCs. I mean, if the beggars are like this, what are the quest essential NPCs gonna be like? This might be the first Scrolls-like I have to stop playing through social anxiety. Stuff. Of course, one of the noblest aspects of a Skyrim is being able to pile objects upon the floor. Weapons, cheese wheels, human skulls. The Skyrim player's pile says a lot about where they've been and who they've done. Object permanence and physics are an oft overlooked feature of the truly reactive Scrolls-like. And the most important object is, of course, the human body. The dead human body. Everybody remembers stumbling across their first dead body.
Shouldn't leave things around to trip over. Shouldn't leave things around to trip over.
It's a sign that life and indeed death continue without your assistance, and is important to make a Skyrim feel alive, or dead. So, we'll make a pair of piles and see how Crimson Desert deals with them. Yeah, well that didn't happen. My plan was to, of course, just to make a big silly pile of skulls or cheese wheels or human corpses, and yet here we are. Crimson Desert has humbled me and my cynical attitude towards Scrolls-like games. So unlike any of the fun stuff that I was planning on doing, we instead get this.
Greetings.
not great content, I know. Some of the item descriptions are kind of cute. Yeah, well, this whole category stuff has just fallen flat on its arse. I think what I'll do is I'll just scrap it and add a new bonus section instead. So there's a lot of talk about Crimson Desert not being an RPG. From the developers Pearl Abyss and from their spokesperson Will Powers. Will Powers, come on, you having me on? What's the CEO's name? Dexter Itty? When you're naming your staff after classic RPG attributes, bit of a giveaway. Point 2. Entry requirements. Access to certain areas may require specific conditions. Some may demand a toll or proper attire. What game does that make you think of? Are you going to tell New Vegas it's not an RPG? Because I'm certainly not going to. Point 3. I knew I was in an RPG game as soon as I wandered into this building here and talked to this large, weird-looking gentleman. He's a banker. This is a bank. You can invest your money in this game. And with all the beggars rolling around...
You! Watch it!
I could, if I wanted to, play this game as Patrick Bateman. I could play the role of Patrick Bateman in this game. How could I do that in anything else but an RPG? So that's it then. I've made the best Crimson Desert video ever. You know what? I think I'm going to go and play it now. Get started on that Patrick Bateman build.